My name is Duddits, I do builds and stuff. Today's video is going to be about how to stack 50% damage reduction, infinite frost armor, and get free armor charges with the Hoarfrost Z. This chest piece is chronically underrated on the Stasis subclass. It is by far one of my favourite exotics for a Stasis Titan. I absolutely love it. And the reason why I love it is because it enables you to get infinite frost armor times 8 very easily, up to 50% damage reduction. And on top of that, I'm going to abuse it to also get armor charge as well, so you can get a times 2 weapons edge whenever you feel fit. So you're basically going to self-supply yourself with 50% damage reduction and free armor charges whenever you want. And I'll also be going over some seasonal artifact perks for next season, or when the Edge of Fate drops. Why Stasis and Solar is going to be really good build next season, especially Stasis Titans. We'll also be looking at some really strong solar weapons that are also going to get buffed with this build, like Lord of Wolves, Icebreaker, Aberrant Action, things like that. So stay with me, I'll break it down. The first thing I want to do is just say how good Hoarfrost Z actually shades. It shades absolutely amazing. I'll leave my customization like so. So basically, to start with, we want to be maxing out our frost armor. So Tectonic Harvest allows you to do that, shattering the stasis crystal or frozen targets, creates a stasis shard, and while Tectonic is harvest, picking up a stasis shards grants you frost armor. Now, very importantly, you need to run Whisper of Rime Fragment as well. This increases your frost armor stacks and duration. Now, frost armor is 6.25% damage reduction per stack, so times 8 gives you 50%, which is better than Woven Mail. Now, what you want to be doing is putting on this fragment, Whisper of Conduction, all them nearby stasis shards that you create via your stasis crystals. They're going to track towards your position, so you don't want to be running around collecting them. Just let them come to you, and it also gives you plus 10 resilience and plus 10 intellect. So all you need to do is throw a glacier grenade, smash it, and that's going to give you frost armor. Add in your Hoarfrost Z. While you have a stasis super equipped, your barricade becomes a wall of stasis crystal that slows nearby targets when created, and it also gives you all the benefits of a normal barricade. So basically, between your glacier grenade and your Hoarfrost Z class ability, you can stack frost armor anytime you wish, up to 8 very easily. Between your glacier grenade and throwing down your barricade, it is literally so easy to get that times 8. And you can imagine if you're in a situation where you need some instant frost armor, a bit of instant damage reduction, just do that. Now, the obvious comparison is Icefall Mantle, where you use your class ability basically, and this will give you times 8. But what Icefall Mantle doesn't do is give you them stasis crystals, and the stasis crystals are pretty potent. They do like quite a lot of damage with some stasis fragments equipped, so you lose a bit of damage with the Icefall Mantle. This is why I personally prefer Hoarfrost. Now, if you run Whisper of Shards, shattering the stasis crystal temporarily boosts your grenade recharge rate. This is the biggest bonus to running Hoarfrost Z, because between that and your stasis barricade and your glacier grenade, you can literally keep getting infinite grenade recharge rate. And then you've also got Whisper of Fissures, increase the damage at the size and the burst of stasis when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat a frozen target. So all your stasis crystals that you're creating are going to give you a massive grenade recharge rate and cause massive shattering effects. And on top of that, you're going to be able to get times 8 frost armor, and I'm going to show you how to get armor charges as well. Now, with your Tectonic Harvest, your other aspect is up to you. I really prefer Diamond Lance. Shatter or defeat targets with stasis abilities or weapons, creates a Stasis Lance. This just slows the state of play down. This completely slows and freezes everything in sight. Now, one of the biggest bonuses to Hoarfrost and this type of build is the Rime Stealer perk. The enhanced version gives you times 2 frost armor whenever you defeat a frozen target or break a stasis crystal. So you can imagine with perks like Headstone, it's going to be absolutely exceptional. That will proc all of them stasis fragments we talked about. But the Rime Stealer perk times 2 is crazy, on top of your Tectonic Harvest shards and everything else that you've seen, because this is just another way to absolutely guarantee times 8 frost armor with absolute ease. If you can just look there, you get times 2 every time you break one of them stasis crystals. and all them stasis shards are going to travel towards you, just further enhancing that capabilities of getting 50% damage reduction. Absolutely crazy. And then when Edge of Fate drops, we've got this perk here, Seasonal Artifact perk, Fever and Chill. Rapid precision hits with solar weapons grant you Radiant, which we're going to go into in a moment, and rapid precision hits with stasis weapons grant Frost Armor, so you will literally be able to keep your Frost Armor going all of the time, like so easy. And then we've got Elemental Benevolence, which you can also grant your teammates Frost Armor as well if they're running a stasis subclass, and then Frost Renewal on top of that. It's all going to work nicely. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because Powerful Attraction on your boots, we're going to be using our class ability quite a lot, so this is automatically going to collect nearby orbs of power when you use your class ability. Now Elemental Charge is a mod that is severely underrated. One, I wish it would cost a little bit less, and two, I wish it actually went on your class item instead of your legs. I think that would make it more used by people. Now what this does, every time you collect a Fire Sprite or Ionic Trace, Stasis Shard, or Avoid Breach or Destroy a Strand Tangle, it has a chance to give you an armor charge. So every time you pick up a Stasis Shard, it gives you a chance, but because you create so many Stasis Shards, you literally get armor charges whenever you wish. So I like to stack Solar Sages just for now, but you can run anything. So basically, with this particular setup, with Hoarfrost and your Glacier Grenade, you're going to be able to self-supply. Look at this in that bottom left. Times 8 Frost Armor, super easy. And you're going to be able to get that armor charge for your Sages or whatever else you may run. Even like Special Finisher, something like that. But if you can imagine you're in a situation where you need a quick damage boost and a quick damage reduction boost, just do that, and you literally, Titans can self-supply damage and damage reduction very, very easily. The next part of the video, I'm just going to talk about some things that are going to be coming in the Edge of Fate that's going to buff this type of build out, including some stasis debuffs. So the first thing I actually want to talk about is the Cauterized Darkness. Stasis or Strand debuffed non-boss combatants take increased solar damage. So you can imagine you're going to be slowing and freezing everything with your Diamond Lances and your Hoarfrost and your Glacier Crystals and things like that. You've also got Elemental Daze, stunning a champion with an elemental weapon. Could also possibly create shatter effects. And then you've got Shoulder to Shoulder, dealing sustained precision damage. While you've got 2 or more nearby combatants, also gives you damage reduction. So that's all going to work extremely nicely. And on top of that, we've also got Radiant Shrapnel, dealing sustained damage while Radiant or defeating a Scorched combatant with a weapon causes the targets to release solar projectiles that deal damage on impact, Scorched damage on impact, sorry. So you're going to get that Cauterized Darkness working extremely nicely, and again we've already gone over that one, but that Fever and Chill rapid precision hits with solar weapons or stasis weapons gives you Frost Armor, but solar weapons are going to give you Radiant. So if you run something like a Solar LMG or a solar precision weapon, you're also going to get Radiant on the fly. Now, focus on some solar weapons like Lord of Wolves. Again, bear in mind, you're going to get all that Frost Armor, etc., blah, blah, blah. But Lord of Wolves, things like Speleologist, even things like Icebreaker are going to be absolutely exceptional. And we've also got other weapons to consider as well. Weapons with chill clip, which are all going to work nicely. So just for like a little example here, you'll see I'm in the 2050 Lost Sector, the hardest version. And I spent a lot of this Lost Sector just basically messing around, just trying to see how much damage I could actually sponge. The other thing I want to quickly mention against Hoarfrost as well is that slowing effect. It is very similar to Icefall. It does have quite a big radius, so you do actually get the slowing effects as well when you pop it. And on top of that, you get that Stasis Crystal Barricade to smash and do extra damage as well. Now, if you just keep an eye on that bottom left, I'm purposely letting my Frost Armor disappear just so you can see how quick I get it back. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, the other fragment that works extremely well with this build is Whisper of Refraction. What this does, defeat or slow down frozen combatants, also grants you class ability, so you can literally keep spamming your class ability by killing frozen targets. So it's just a nasty little loop. And then on top of that, you've also got the fragment we talked about earlier, Whisper of Shards, shattering stasis crystal, temporarily boost your grenade recharge rate, kill frozen targets. This will also boost your class ability regen. It's an absolute joke. If you freeze a couple of targets, get your Lord of Oaths or your Icebreaker out, it gives you like 50% of your class ability back almost straight away. It's really, really strong. I've got a couple of other weapons to show you as well to even boost your survivability even more if needed. If you're doing something like a day one raid and you just want to get used to some ads sort of spawning, things like that, some high level ads, get your Hoarfrost Z out, your infinite frost armor, and your weapon surges going all of the time. You're going to be very, very tanky. Now, Lord of Wolves, things like that are going to be exceptional, but the one weapon that fits absolutely insanely is the Icebreaker, because whenever you land a hit on a slowed or frozen target, even a Glacier Grenade or your Hoarfrost Barricade, that is going to give you ammo back, basically. And like I said, with all the setup you get, you're going to get free ammo back, and on top of that, you're going to be able to stack that armor charge, etc., and cause ignitions. So it's just an absolutely perfect fit. Although, don't worry if you don't have Icebreaker, I have got some other weapons to show you. Now, weapons with Hail Clip, obviously solo ones, they're going to get all their buffs we've talked about. Hail Clip is just absolutely insane. This is going to give you cure to nearby allies and yourself. So as well as getting that times 8, 50% damage reduction from your frost armor, you're going to be able to run Hail Clip weapons. If you just look at my health there, on top of your frost armor, just getting kills with your bow in action. And again, it's all going to get buffed with a solar damage. And you've got all them shattering effects going off as well. You cauterize darkness, and you can literally be an absolute tank with this build. It is so, so strong. And finally, it's only going to get better next season. Now, what I'll do before I finish the video, leave my mod setup, my fragments, etc. You've already seen my customization. I'll also leave a dim link in the video description. But that pretty much wraps up this particular video. I just wanted to show you how to abuse the Stasis Shard if you want. Farm or harvest the Stasis Crystals and Shards to get Frost Armor and Armor Charges and everything else that you've seen. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.